Champions Ascension is an upcoming metaverse game. It will take place in the world of Messina, where you will be able to battle in several game modes, socialize, craft equipment, build on your land, and play minigames. You will play as a champion which belongs to one out of 12 races. You begin as a weak challenger, and as you progress in-game and reach a certain level, you can take an Ascension challenge. If you complete the challenge, you will ascend to a higher tier which will improve your stats, open more battle modes and areas in the world, and unlock more abilities. The last strongest tier, Prime Eternals, is only available to the 7,622 NFTs that were already released, and the current floor is 0.33 ETH. The rarities of the Prime Eternal NFTs are actually important. Family determines characters' traits like health, speed, defense, and available weapons. Warpaint determines the passive ability, and these properties are active parts that provide the character special attacks, and its power is determined by the rarity. C stands for common, R for rare, E for epic, and D for divine. Here is an example showing the difference between rarities. As you can see, the better rarities have higher damage and stronger effects. Another important stat is purity. Champions will have an essence meter which fills during battle. When the meter fills, you can use an ultimate ability called Fury of the Titans, which deals high damage and causes strong status effects. The purity stat is what increases the strength of this ultimate attack. There will also be several weapons in the game that will determine the base damage and basic attack moveset. The weapons will have light and heavy attacks which can be used in many attack combinations. There will also be land NFTs which are coming sometime in 2023. They will have different sizes and you will be able to build many buildings on them, like shops, training grounds, and arenas. The buildings will provide value to other players and especially to you. Then there are NFT pets which were airdropped to many wallets based on snapshots. There's not much information about the pets yet, but the developer said that each pet will have its own utility and access, so it could be worth it to collect one of each type. There will also be breeding in the game. To breed a challenger, you will need 2 champions of the same tier. Each breeding champion will have a breed count limit of 3, but if a champion ascends to a new tier, the breed count will reset. Prime Eternals will have special events where their breed count will be reset. The team behind Champions Ascension is Jam City, which has around 1,300 members. It is a very successful company that made more than $2.5 billion in revenue and has over 1.3 billion game installations. They developed more than 20 games since 2010. A lot of their titles have more than 50 million downloads with good reviews, like Harry Potter, Hogwarts Mystery, Jurassic World Alive, Dragons, Frozen, Ninja Turtles, and Cookie Jam. The founders of Jam City are also the founders of MySpace. The game will have 3 utility tokens. Essence will be the token that players get as a reward, and it will have many in-game use cases. Messina will be used to buy land plots and construct buildings. Diamond will be used for buying powerful diamond equipment. You can get Messina and Diamond tokens by staking Prime Eternals when the staking goes live. Personally, I have minted Prime Eternal NFTs back in February and I flipped them. I knew that the floor will bleed because the game was too far from being released and because of market conditions. And it did drop in price by like 50%, but I have been watching it the whole time. I think the floor might bleed a bit more, but eventually that will stop and I will look for an entry. I will be looking to buy at least 2 Prime Eternals. Why at least 2? So I can breed them. I will also be looking at rarities, especially divine parts. Divine parts are the strongest parts in the game, but it has more benefits. The divine parts are actually not inheritable by breeding, meaning that the Prime Eternal NFTs with divine parts are the only champions that will have the divine parts, which makes them very rare. All other parts, even purity, can be inherited from breeding, but not divine parts. The divine parts also grants you access to an exclusive place called the Moon Room. I believe that Champions Ascension is one of the strongest upcoming NFT games. The team has a very good track record and they have the funding and team size to build great stuff. They will go for mass adoption so non-crypto people will have no issue playing. And they are not just building another game, they are building a metaverse with a lot of content. I will probably post when I'm buying the champions on Twitter, so make sure to follow me there, link is in the description. Please hit the like button if the video was helpful, it means a lot to me. Thank you and I wish you a wonderful day.